Alright, the RPG Nightcup, the second edition from this map, will be starting now. What we will do here is, first of all, a TimeAttack seeding. Where at the top, I thought 50%, which would be very difficult, but could be also top 75%, will qualify for the knockout phase that comes then right afterwards. And the TimeAttack seeding phase usually is 45 minutes long. We will see if that's still the case. These 45 minutes go by quite quickly because the track length obviously over 5 minutes, so you don't have unlimited amount of tries. And the level is quite huge. There's prize money for the top 3 positions. And a bunch of really good RPG players participating, which is not a big surprise with this kind of prize money. And the seeding is kind of difficult to survive because mostly only people finish that know the track well and that are trained, and the top players here are within just a few seconds. I'm missing quite a lot in pace for that. But yeah, let's go, let's get a really good run through. I did a lot of editor training, so the 5 minutes 40 that I just drove on the server is my first run that I played the full map, basically. But compared to other times where I also did replay training, I can judge my pace quite well. I'm missing like 15 seconds to the top players, I would say. And I kinda did drive the full map already in training, just not from the start block. Having a bug slide here, this is quite difficult, because suddenly the car makes the slide and I cannot see what's where the fence is. I always have to search the fence. Easy to clip then. Here jumping to the tree. No, it's only 30 minutes of TimeAttack seeding, okay. So not many runs. I need camera 3 quite often on this track. In camera 1 you would not see anything there. That's an issue generally. In parts like this you can win and lose a lot of time pace wise. Sectors are quite long for the knockout, so in some parts you can really lose a lot of time if you have to respawn. This is very difficult, this bumper part. It does look now very simple when you just see it for the first time. But it's definitely not so simple. Land where you have to land. Then also a very important turn comes up now, the left one. And that's hella blind. I always have to release, but it's full speed possible. But you can also just go too early or too late and then you touch the wall, and it's super bad because in this whole full speed section you have no speed then. The map consists out of 4 parts: red, green, blue and yellow. Last week in the first Nightcup they did the other 2 parts Today we do the yellow and the blue part. You can see the checkpoints now are blue and started now at 1 again, like you saw checkpoint 2 maybe, the number 2. Here's number 4 of the blue part. Very crucial section for knockout to survive. The jump! Ah, rip. I will respawn and still finish this run. It's very important to get a no respawn run through. That's bad. Let's still finish. But this is not a run that I qualify with. Okay, no. Now it's costing me too much time. We restart? I mean, there are only 24 minutes. Wow. It was hard to control how the nose went down. So the first people are shooting the finish, yeah. You can see I'm missing 6.7 seconds until here. I had one mistake though. That did cost me some time. Very slow section because I touched one thing. Pace-wise, not really a super good run so far. Ah, rip. I could have continued that, but the other hand I don't know. Yeah, let's focus. Suddenly I'm getting this too good, so that I'm landing too far behind. Oh. Why does it turn to the right? Man. You have to exit to the left. And on the way down I tried all the time to steer to the left, but it just didn't happen. Oh, I might keep a bit more speed here. Oh man. You're gonna respawn that and continue. I should have done it earlier though. But I have to finish a run, you know. Like, such maps are so difficult to learn. There are so many small edges here and there where you can clip. It takes a while to know about all of them, to have a feeling for all the blind parts, because quite often you are blind, and other times like here you need to know how you approach these jumps, where do you air brake, where do you not air brake. Here we have again a kind of blind jump. Cannot be for real. And you also need to know how the magnet is pulling you. Oh, I didn't get a booster there. I didn't get the full booster. Oh. That was the first time that I had it like that. Oh shit. Quick respawn. Respawns are not costing you a second. Like in Team 2020, you instant respawn. And this, of course, it cost me a little bit of time. It was also a very bad ending. But I will finish a run at least. Not really a run that I would be happy with. Okay. And to finish, we have only 60 minutes left, let's go. No time to waste. The 5 minutes 40 was 16 seconds better than what I just finished with. Or 18 seconds, or I don't know what I finished with. Let's focus on the next round. The thing is, it's also for me important to be consistent, because the only way how I could possibly have a chance in the knockout is by being consistent. And when some people have respawns in their runs, some respawns can really cost you a lot of time, and those people I could then beat, you know? But I can only beat them if I'm myself super consistent. And don't give them the option to still beat me. Even when they fail. At the moment I have the problem that the very fast guys are so fast that I even can do a big respawn and still finish in front. You see I'm losing 5 seconds here. But there I have to say, because of how I practice these maps, the start part is always the part where I am the slowest, where I have no pace. That's normal. Because I always start training from the back. So the last sections I know in theory a little bit better. Also allows me to maybe in the knockout to maybe overtake someone when needed, no? Or to attack someone, also to either overtake someone or to defend a position. It's very good when you have a good ending. But sadly also my ending is compared to those super trained people, slower. In theory, I'm a bit better there than in the start, but yeah. Because the start I kinda learned like just an hour ago, and you know, other people just hunt the map, no? And then they are all the time at the start, like they are there all the time. So they are very good in the start because they just drive it the most, no? Obviously, when you learn a map normally, the start is the part that you drive the most. Kinda logic. So people are always good there, and I want to strike back by being better trained towards the end. So imagine Bren would be playing this. I mean, he wouldn't be much better than the others in as well. Like they are all super well prepared. And full RPG players that are not doing... many of them are not doing anything else. Like this ferry guy that is having the record. Like I don't even know him otherwise. Like I guess he's only doing this. Can you imagine someone spending all of his time in Trackmania during that week only in this map? Then you know he's gonna be good. Nothing should go wrong from here on. One guy is just barely ahead of me. It would be nice if I could overtake him. I don't know what's happened there. But like this I won't get him. Oh, I'm a 10th behind him. Imagine that plays a role in the ending. 5:36 I have now. 20 seconds behind first place of the TimeAttack phase. Man, that hurts though. It hurts that I'm 1 fucking 10th behind him. Just because I was mega unlucky in this last downhill. I think I was already ahead after my uphill, which was good. I had good speed there. It's crazy how much time you can lose actually. But for the qualifying it still looks pretty nice. I think I will be fine. Because it's not 50%. It seems to be 75% and there are some people in the finish with times that are so far away that it seems pretty safe. So I can just go for more training, under down, trying to improve my pace. I mean, for me, every bit of training, also the seeding itself, is of course training, where I learn the map. And get better on it. Yeah, only 4.6 now. It's already an improvement. But what makes me worried is it can easily happen that I have a long respawn in the cup. But the consistency is really what I need. Oh shit, I forgot the corner. I can restart. This costs too much time. I'm only 12 now, oh no. And it was a good run that I just lost because I forgot the corner. Raistlin with a 14.5 getting the record by 300. He seems to be good. Okay. Also my only chance in the knockout is to be consistent. That's just no other way. People are just too well prepared. And so far it doesn't look like I'm super consistent. So we do one more restart. I would finish in the very last moment now. This is the run. The last opportunity. Ah. I might have lost my whole lead. So unclear what the car will do there. .89. I overtook Goliath with that. 0.89. Knockout phase starts in 8 minutes. You see, I have the same pace every time. And this is something, for example, that can happen, yeah? Okay, I landed here, I would continue here, because the respawn is actually ahead of that. And such a respawn would cost you everything, because this is a jump that is happening right before the next checkpoint, and you can easily lose half a minute with that. Can happen on several occasions on this track. We're jumping too far here. Also risk to respawn too early there. What the fuck? Especially this here is crucial. Now I took it almost too safe. Okay. Yeah, I cannot afford any mistake. And it can happen so easily. Like, even if you want to save it, like, you can just touch something. There are blind things where you need to react very quick. I think I know that I can see or feel that it is ideal if you are still quite young and fresh and just can react super fast on everything that is happening on this map. Like, generally, because you have so many parts where you have to quickly react on when to steer. Alright. Good luck, have fun. Knockout is starting. Mario actually still there. I thought he would be inactive. Wait, there is a warm-up again? Oh god. So already from the first map it can be, from the first round it can be very exciting. Like, every round will be exciting, because quickly it will happen that I am the guy that doesn't survive by pace. 1 minute of warm-up. The last two get eliminated. Only the last two. Oof. Now, yeah, I will have to finish this before 22 o'clock. There's of course a high chance that I will be out by then. But when you look at it, we have like 75 minutes. And a round here takes 5 minutes, a bit more actually. Like, let's say it takes 6 minutes, even though that's also not fitting perfectly. The first rounds will of course take longer. Like, you can fit 10 rounds or 6 minutes into 1 hour. Yeah. I'm not sure if that is finished within 2 hours. But now it shows 3 red numbers. Alright, let's go. We are live. 16 players left, number of KOs 3. Okay, I also expected 3 KOs. At least this here is early in the sector. Would be a short respawn that I need. I never had to respawn because of this jump. Also for me it wasn't that short of a respawn because it was a bit later happening. Till 12 though. Maybe in the first round I could afford that one at least. Oh, I thought it flips over for a moment. Okay, I made it. th place for me in the ending. You see, Morpheo, for example, finished only with a 536. So he had probably one big respawn. Yeah, also Skandia, Bolle, and those times are beatable for me. So if I'm far and I have only those opponents, if one of them makes a mistake that makes him end up at such a time, then it is doable for me to survive. But I would need a lot of luck, basically. Yeah, I'm trying to understand this widget here while I'm driving. If I can somehow figure out how far they are away from me. It is not that simple. It's not that simple to realize like how big of a lead I have. Okay, next round. 2 players will get eliminated. So 13th and 12th place. Oh, whoa, whoa. Yeah, saved it quite nicely. I am dead last. And it's not even close. Okay, this was just the start. I had a pretty bad start, but even if I had a good start, I would be dead last. But the chances that someone has to respawn so early in the beginning are quite low. It's a bit worrying now. Where are the mistakes, guys? Why is nobody doing any mistake? I'm still last. I'm also so far behind that a bit of risk wouldn't really give me a position there. Uh-huh. Scandia's behind me. By 3 seconds. It's safe. That took a long time though. And good chance that Scandia would have overtaken me. No, I beat Scandia by 500s, but there you see how close that can be. Oh. Saitzo's out. And Goliath is out. Oh yeah, the top 3 are also super close together. Okay. I need to be top 9 now. These little things, no? I struggle with. Like, this is such an unsmooth... Whoa! That's such an unsmooth drop. And then sometimes my car gets like a wiggle that it actually gets stuck, no? Similar to the last round, I have now a very bad start again. Like, even slow for my standards. I am already multiple seconds behind even when I get a good, but now I will be even further behind. I've one behind me actually. That's fine, it's only 6.8 to first. Bad gear here, you can have much more speed than that. Oof. You don't want to respawn there. Oh, that was also close. Like in the first knockout round. Woo! What was that? Okay, I can still make the jumps, but that was scary. I need one more crash in front. Didn't happen here. And I need to keep that one guy behind. Because if this one guy overtakes me. Then I'm kinda in the mud. Then I would need 2 crashes in front. But we're already at the ending. So most likely I'm out. Yeah. I did a 5:37, which is not PB, but I needed 4 point something faster. So I had to drive a bit of a PB, like 3 seconds. And I felt like that was possible for me. I felt like it was possible to go 3 seconds faster than my seeding time, because my seeding time lost a lot of time into the finish. And my seeding time can be also improved in the other parts a little bit. I think that the 33 was doable, but it is crazy that it's already now kinda needed. Yeah, that people are so consistent and don't make the mistakes. Also, let's say they did mistakes. No, Artis, who was in front of me, did a mistake. He lost 15 seconds. But it was not enough because I had this really bad start. Like that unlucky start where I was clipping, that did cost me already a few seconds, and those are missing in the ending. Otherwise it was a pretty clean lap. Is it really true? 15 to 20 hours? Also for all of them I don't think so. I would be surprised. But yeah, I of course come in with like 3 hours maybe, if you sum up everything. It's hard to say, like I was just doing editor training. Which is kinda efficient though. Like Morpheo was uploading a record. And what I usually do for training such maps, I go into the replay editor and I check out the run from Morpheo. And then I go around 30 seconds before the finish, before the map ends, and look where he is. And then I say I want to record a ghost and place my car to where Morpheo is. Then I check out how to drive that section from him. And what I did then is I placed my car onto the same spot but I put Morpheus Ghost. Like, Morpheus Ghost is driving. When I record a ghost, Morpheus Ghost is also driving. And I put the timestamp on a part where Morpheo would be like, oh, that's Rip for Tada. I put it on a timestamp where Morpheo is like 5 seconds behind me, and then I tried to learn the last 30 seconds in a way where I stay in front of his car, like that he doesn't catch me. And I did the same, then I went basically half a minute further in front of the map, and I had a full minute to drive the map. That's why I meant that I'm already always better at the ending. So I learned then the last minute of the track, and again I put him a little bit behind me when I start. And I tried to stay in front of him until the finish line. And this is what I did again and again. Like, at some point I needed more time of him. You know, and I was then doing a run where he started 20 seconds behind me, and I was able to keep him behind me. Which means, like for the full map, which means that I am able to drive these 30 times. I knew that with that, basically. Oh, he goes the other way around, okay. Well, I just copied, of course, the world record lines. Oh, Fairy. Fairy is like the favorite. Well, he's right there, though. Yeah, and that basically is the way how I learned it. So I got always chased down by the world record holder. And I think that was a very efficient way of training it. This is still the battle here for being in. Harry is still out, like the sushi guy is actually challenging him. Like, Fairy is the fastest, the best trained, probably. But he is in big danger because the other guys also have the pace. And also he cannot really afford to do big mistakes at this point. It's only this little bit. This is still possible for Sushi to overtake Fairy. You need very good speed after the uphill stairs. It's very important to have good speed there. If they fuck that up... And he did fuck it up! Oh my god. Oh my god, oh my god. Is Fairy out and doesn't win anything? The ending decides and he fucks it up. Yeah, out. A 529 survived. Yeah, but this is how the Nightcup can go. Like, this is the difficulty with knockouts on such RPG maps. You do one mistake, one back respawn. Probably I had a respawn that costed him like 10 seconds, maybe 12 seconds, something. You have one respawn, and you cannot catch that up by pace. Not when the level is that high. He can catch that up on myself when I'm not that well trained, then he can catch up 12 seconds. Now, so I also would have been out in this round, even though they had mistakes apparently. But again, like I need a little bit more pace, and then my tactic can work out. Because it's not like they all finish a 519 or something. That's not happening. There's always one or two mistakes. And when they end up at 520 high or 530 low, like, this is the pace that I would have needed to get, and I can survive quite long if I bring this every round. Then it is theoretically doable. So Hazard is already far down. We have still 2 KOs. Ja, und Ferry, ne, ist extremely well prepared and he can do extremely good pace, but I saw the VOD from last Nightcup last week where Ferry was also not able to get a top 3 position and the prize money. Yeah, didn't go for this risky way. You can do that, you can skip a bit the grass and go over the rock on the side. It's close with a tree there. But even then you are the fastest player. Like one moment, one bad moment, one respawn and the whole thing is lost. So you can train this as much as you want, in the end just the knockout counts. And also I could have had some bad respawns easily. Can just happen. Oh my god. That was a big mistake by Bolle that cost him the position to Artis. He avoided the respawn. No, it's not every week, it's just sometimes. But there was now one big map and they made 2 Nightcups out of that. Like the first, like the one half of the map was played last week and now the other half of the map was played. Big prize money actually in both editions. And since it's a knockout format, good chances as well to be lucky, yeah. But you see the pace that you need, the amount of preparation that you need to put in if you want to have just the slightest bit of chance to be there. Like the goal needs to be to have a good enough pace that you can take advantage when people have one respawn. But I needed now a really big respawn or 2 respawns and that is just too much. But my run felt like it didn't feel even that bad. It is crazy that I gained so much still. Like, it felt pretty decent how I drove it, but it's just these tiny details here and there, and that just sums up over such a long track, and suddenly you miss like 20 seconds. It's crazy, but just very small details where you can lose that. Sushi, by the way, is now in dead last. He had a big respawn, so Hazard is actually one place up and only needs one more mistake. That would be a very bad round. Like you would expect that a top 7 round with still 2 KOs is the most difficult to survive. But Hazard is only 5 seconds away from Bolle. And I'm pretty sure Bolle is on not really a strong pace now. Like Artis seemed to be out and he is now not even on the danger spot. Also, yeah, this is not the greatest round. Yeah, I've seen that actually. But I would need to learn the other half, and that's like the problem. Like I would need to put now again 3 hours into learning the other version of the track. Just to have a chance to get top sub 12 and just to have a chance to beat that one random winner. I don't know. Like next weekend there are more things happening in Trackmania again, where I also would need to train for. Yeah, the orange place is again a 5:28. Hazard finished with a 5:35 and you see how far he has been behind. He was super far behind and still he finishes with a time that I am also driving. It's like I needed a bit more pace, like a little bit. Because you see, like the 5:20 high, they are being driven constantly by people that survive still with that. And if you are just so slow that you can only do 5:20 mid, but you can be consistent to do 5:20 high, you can survive this very long. Now you don't need the pace of 5:14. And you see that the people with 514 pace also, like Ferry is eliminated, who is second fastest theoretically. Hazard with fourth fastest, 516 is out. Interesting is that Scandia has only the 5th local. So that means that Scandia is not super trained, because we know Scandia. He wouldn't be only in 5th place if he had the same preparation than the other players. Like I still think that Scandia would be dominating this if he was as trained. I want to believe that at least, because we know him very well from Team 2020. Yeah, you see he overtook people just by pace. Very close fight so far. We have only 1 KO now. Oh, that's a respawn. It's not a long respawn. Also there are sections where people can lose much more time than this. Like I, for example, wouldn't take any advantage from that respawn, but this now is of course a bigger issue for Artis. Raistlin looks the best so far. He finished in the seeding with a new world record. He was doing actually 2 very good runs in the seeding. And so far I haven't seen him behind, just like the opposite, he's all the time in front. But also Raistlin, 1 respawn and he can be immediately out. Maybe not in this round anymore because Artis lost not so much with these 2 respawns. Olle is also a name that I don't know very well. I'm not sure if he's only playing Team 2 and only in this scene. But he also has very good pace. Interesting flag as well. What flag was that? It's some island territory from Great Britain, right? You see that landing, holy shit. Like everyone is going this way around, just Morpheo goes this way, and I of course downloaded Morpheo's replay and just copied his line, so I was now going also his way, but seemingly all the other players go the other way around. There are some statistics about the Nightcup. They have a website now. Apparently I'm the one with the most participations. Some people of course caught up massively because I have missed a lot of Nightcups lately. Was very sad about that because I want to play them, but it's very time consuming. You need to learn such a huge map, and you see even that bit that I... That's a big respawn. Even that little bit that I... he DNF'd. Like everyone is safe. Yeah, even that bit of time that I invested now in this map is just not enough to have really a chance. Like it would require a bit more so that I really push my times by another 10 seconds and then it is possible. But still would require to be lucky. And also I can have one bad respawn and it's again for nothing. But yeah, now I forgot what I wanted to say actually when I yeah, the website. Yeah, so there are some statistics, so apparently I'm the one still with the most participations. And I, of course, kinda saved this lead over the others by participating today. I'm also the one that qualified into the knockout the most amount of times. Interestingly, it doesn't equal the number of participations. Actually, 3 times I apparently participated and didn't make it into the KO, where I now wonder what exactly happened there. Did that really happen? Because I cannot really remember it myself, that I ever played the seeding and did not manage to qualify. Maybe when I was mega untrained, or maybe something counted as a part. I think participation is only when you finish a run in the seeding. But that I would be 3 times not be qualified is surprisingly high number that I didn't think. But maybe I just forgot about those additions because I then apparently was really untrained. But yeah, so we have now 4 players and one of them goes home without any money. Who will it be? Yeah, overall I won this Nightcup once. I also won that one single edition where there was prize money. That was a big deal back then. A cup with prize money. That didn't happen too often. And the prize money was 20 euros. Yeah. Like in the first 10 Nightcups, this edition 10 was the first one with prize money and it got 20 euros of prize money and I won that. Yeah, it's crazy. I know you have so many competitions where you have much bigger amounts. Yeah, I was in a final against Milchshake, a German driver that was called Milchshake. But I remember this one track where I won, I was actually prepared. Like, the whole map I was really prepared, and then I was also the fastest because of that. And that made me think like, okay, if I take the time and if I do that, I will have the pace and win. But probably that's not true anymore. Like back then I had the feeling, like it was the first edition that I really tried and I immediately won it. I was super happy with that and kinda... I had then a kind of statement, yeah? I can do that if I'm training. Yeah, I never won again. I was also not often really... I probably was never that trained as in this one edition. But I think nowadays even if I train, the level is just a different one. Nowadays it's definitely not so safe to say that I would be winning this. I always would like to really see that and compare how would these players do on the map where I won. If they would train the snow, how much faster would they be? Probably they would crush my times. Probably I still would have had a chance to win it, because it's still consistency in the end. But if they don't crash, then probably I wouldn't have any chance. I just think that the level is not so much better. Which made me actually a little bit surprised that I didn't win more cups back then. Because knockout was for many players something new. So this is a sick round so far. Like this is a round where also Raistlin can easily get knocked out if he does one mistake. Because he only needs like a 2-second mistake and he would be last. Oh my god! Morpheo. Yeah, I'm a bit surprised that I didn't win more, but this is also what I remember. There were other Nightcup editions where I also knew the track quite well. And then you had always the same players. Mario, Kilburn, just to name a few. And somehow there were some editions where I think I could have won, but it only needed this one unlucky moment, this one respawn. And that happened also back in the days. Oh, is that far enough? That could be not enough speed now for Boller. Ah, that's enough. It's actually very good now because he doesn't overjump too much, but that was close, I think. Raceland actually dropped down to third only. Imagine Morpheo didn't crash. Raceland could be in danger then. Sick round though. Like the time by Raceland, which is only third place, will be a good one. Yeah, also I remember moments in the very old Nightcups where I had, and probably I have VODs of many of them. I'm not sure, some Nightcups must have already happened before I started streaming. But yeah, that I remember things where one respawn could cost you 45 seconds. There were maps with really long sectors. I mean, they didn't build maps for the Nightcup. There were then very legendary, very known RPG maps in Team 2, for example Forum Hadriani, and then they just hosted a Nightcup on this. It didn't matter if Forum Hadriani was made for a knockout tournament. There were then a bunch of sectors that were almost a minute long. And if there was a difficult section at the end of that sector and you end up failing there and you lose almost a full minute, I mean, obviously you can get knocked out then. Like, this is absolutely not catch-upable. And even when you want to save it as much as possible, there were some not so trivial sections in the end of such a long sector. And if you die there, yeah, no. And obviously some of these knockouts were winnable, but it only required one moment like this and it's over. So this makes these kind of knockouts very frustrating then in this case. And we have that now today as well. Here the sectors are not as long, they are still very long ones, but they are not as long. But it doesn't matter, even if that were only 10-second respawns. So close how they are, currently it would knock you out, a 10-second respawn, without any chance to come back by pace. Alright, Bolle, Raistlin and Scandia. This is the top 3, they all won prize money. But now it's about who gets into the final. Also always the question, how exciting are the finals? Now, one mistake and the final can be quite boring, even though you know that the first place with one mistake can actually also lose it again. Also for playing, it's still very exciting, even when you have a 10-second lead. I remember there was a very, like this is one of the round of Trackmania, Eternity. Bren versus Clem was a Nightcup final, an extremely good round. And the Nightcup, either it was the one exactly before or the Nightcup exactly afterwards, had also a really sick final. That was, I forgot how this guy was called. He was playing also Nightcups quite often back then, but I'm not sure anymore how he was called. Also there was another final back then that was also extremely good. Also like decided by just a second or something. How does this cup work? The last player is eliminated. I don't know, there's a bug that Artis is still shown. There are 3 players in, the one in red is out. Currently Scandia. And he actually lost time to the others. He is 3.1 seconds behind Bolle. seems just by pace he's not able to catch up. I must say, this map has a bunch of sections that drive kinda just press forward. Also there are a bunch of like just full speedish sections where not much is happening, where you can easily make sure to not lose any time. Because of that huge amount, I'm still surprised that I'm overall losing 20 seconds somehow, even though there are so many boring sections where not anything happens. He caught up a bit. Oh yeah, he caught up a lot. Oh, we have a fight. Bolle had something very slow, but Scandi had it also amazingly. Like, he also caught up to Raistlin quite a lot. Oh, very good jump, and Scandi is back in the fight. But Bolle has now more speed. Lost again there somehow. The exit of this here can be important. Now the perfect release or break before you jump off, so that your jump is perfectly full speed and lands at the right spot, and they have it very equal. Here you can release a bit to land earlier. Very difficult to do it perfect. Bolle got it slightly better. They are equal in the last checkpoint. They have an equal respawn. The stairs will decide, but you can actually gain a full second just in this uphill. What the fuck is this mistake? No way! It could have been such an interesting round, and then he dies there. What? He bugged? Well, I had him on camera. I didn't focus too much on it, but did you see a bug? Like a bug that you would not be able to... Or look, the perfect 520. Like I did a 540 with 4 zeros, and Scandi is just doing the 520 with 4 zeros now. Also, any unsurvivable bug? Like, I didn't see it. Anyway, Raistlin is fully deserved in the final. Can he also take the win? Boah, that was so close for Scandia. Like the way how Raistlin played so far in this cup, he would deserve the victory. And he has now a bit of a lead, thanks to the small touch from Scandia. But it's actually not much that he lost. Like, he got the next part a bit better already. Oh, that was a bit unfortunate for Scandia. That will cost him additional time. Yeah, 2 seconds, I say. 2 seconds behind. 1.8. Still. Without a small mistake, they would be all the time within half a second. Now comes the very important blind corner. Scandio got it. Raistlin as well. 1.6. Dude. Ah, but he lost right after. $1.7. He could have caught up a little bit. Like also last lap he was very good in this section. Oh, good jump for Scandia. 1.3. Like Raistlin is doing a very controlled run so far. Scandia has the parts where he loses a bit and then parts where he gains a bit. I have the feeling Raistlin is not doing the full risk. Like he's still holding it a little bit back and controls the 1.3 seconds lead. This is a wall touch. This will cost him time. It's all about Raistlin if he makes it to the ending. I mean, we are already there. I think he saved the respawn quite a lot. Ah, now I missed what Scandia did. But I thought if he doesn't crash, it's anyway over. Over. Yeah, it's a sub 520. 518 in the final.